As part of my video series on looking towards your financial future, I decided to include a presentation having to do with borrowing, lending, and credit. I want you to look at borrowing as only what you can pay in full at the end of the month. Unless it's a house mortgage, I really don't advise taking out any kind of borrowing or loans that really can't be paid off in full at the end of the month. The only large borrowing should be done for a mortgage, and if you can avoid it, I mean, by all means, avoid it. Like if you have a large inheritance, or if you've amassed a large amount of money over the years, and you want to move into a house, you can jump right over the mortgage, and probably at that rate, if you're paying in cash, completely avoid or shave off some of the price tag, then by all means, once again, do that. A loan should be seen as a way of making money, a product, not a way of helping you out. And I said this in a previous video. Banks are a business. They're not a charity. And you should definitely look at a loan as a product, almost like you buying money off someone. And the price is really just the interest plus what you took out and you borrowed. When it comes to lending money to others, just don't. Avoid it at all costs. William Shakespeare has a quote, and I can't remember it right off the top of my head, but pretty much the basic principle of his quote is, those who borrow and those who lend tend to not keep friends. So, yeah. The best way to buy things, I advise, is to make everyday purchases you would anyways with cash. That you just place them on credit. Make sure that you stay within your budget though, and you set aside this money as soon as you use your credit card. Let's say I bought, I don't know, $400 worth of groceries. I know that's quite a bit for, probably standard for a decent sized family. So I put away $400 for that, and by the end of the month I'll pay off the portion of my credits that I owe to the credit card company for that $400 plus anything else I put to the side. And you just want to do this every single month and pay it in full at every single month. And slowly but surely that'll raise your credit score, which I'll go over very soon. What does a credit score do? It allows us to qualify for things such as rental units, cars, mortgages, loans, anything that really, it's pretty much your way of telling lenders that you are a trustworthy person to pay back what you borrowed from them. Whether, once again, a house, loan, mortgage, car, anything. It allows them to know that you are willing to pay them back and you are able to. And it does this based on a scaled number. I think it's 350 to 850. 350 is the worst. It's very difficult to get it below that. You need to be very, very, very bad at paying back your credit and your borrowed money. And 850 is, once again, very, very difficult. You need to be nearly spotless and have years and years of spotless records of paying back certain things. Good strategy, kind of putting this all together, is your first step would be to maintain a spotless repayment record, and we kind of discussed how to do that, and how you would normally do that is by sticking to a budget and paying for those things and trying to stick as close to that budget as possible using credit, and then at the end of the month eliminating all of that debt using cash. Then you want to pick and choose the best credit card for you. Definitely shoot for new cards, or definitely shoot for cards that charge as little fees, if at all, no fees for repaying back your debts to them. And then you're also, year after year, probably every year or so, you want to start a new credit card until your credit card utilization is greater than 25%. You're also going to want to ask for a credit limit increase, which is pretty much telling the credit bureau or whoever, the credit card company that you are willing to accept more debt because you are more able to pay for it, whether that's a salary increase that shows up really well. That's like it's pretty much asking for more responsibility, and they very much enjoy that. Keep backup cards active, but try not to use them as little as possible. Have one that you'll use more than the other for. You want to review credit report every annual quarter, so that means 4 times a year, and you can do that for free. I'll show you some good tools to check your credit score for free. And then you want to order credit score from each credit bureau, and each credit bureau talks to each other and they're like, hey, this guy just, he just asked for his credit score, he's definitely maintaining it. And you won't get a substantial boost from doing that, but you might get a few points added on for being responsible and wanting to keep up with your credit score.